Did you interact with any anti-GamerGate people?
Too many, though. I don't ask me for any. Remember them all, but yeah, Twitter was a place where I used to spend way too much time arguing with people, and I'm sure there's plenty of fun tweets out there. I know there was one where I said the N word as an example of things you can't say in real life that people have taken the wrong way since then. Because the other guy that I was talking to had their account entirely banned from Twitter.
Did you ever change anyone's mind on GamerGate?
No, no, no. That was a pointless activity. I gave up after a while. It was a pointless activity. It's still pointless. I just do you know what Twitter bio says today? And it's still fucking Twitter. It's not. I'm not calling it fucking X. Fuck you. It's not X. It's fucking Twitter. It's always gonna be fucking Twitter. But you know what my bio says today?
What does it say?
I have miscalculated the value of my Twitter activity.
That's probably true for all of us.
Yeah. The funny part is that's an actual quote from someone who was doing games media coverage. He was doing tweets about game releases and stuff, who closed their account because they didn't feel like they were getting enough money for doing what they were doing.
So, do you have any friends who were anti-GamerGate?
I'm sure maybe some that didn't talk to me about it, but I doubt it. I don't have that many friends, so probably maybe one or two that I may know, but not ones I've talked to anytime soon.
How could the GamerGate conversation have been more productive?
If the other side fucking listened, if our side wasn't fucking full of trolls, if their side wasn't full of fucking trolls, if it wasn't on the fucking internet to begin with and somehow was done in some other fashion, I mean, if we're talking about, ideal things, hey, maybe we could have had a panel at one of the fucking PAX East or West or whatever
Well, we
where
had a
this was
bunch of
discussed.
panels. Oh,
Yeah, but I mean, like an actual, like, real both sides have a chance panel, not us having a panel and them having a panel, like actual meeting of people to talk at the same time to each other.
I tried to do that actually. I
Yeah, I
was
know,
at.
and it does, and they don't want to do it.
I got. I got canceled actually.
Yeah,
Legit, I
Ex-
got canceled. There was a. I hosted two panels at conventions prior. Now for the third one, I was me and an anti-GamerGate person were going to be hosting it together. Um, they later backed out, and then a mob on social media legit pressured the convention to cancel the event,
yeah, I remember.
even though we were looking for a replacement person too.
I
Oh, you
remember.
remember?
Yes, I remember. I remember when you got canceled for it. I remember like I said, I'm talking about an actual dialogue panel, and that never happened because I said they don't want to have a talk. They don't want to talk. And I remember when you got shoved out of that. I'm like, see, that's what happens. That's what happens. You don't have the money or the power, so you're not going to get a seat at the table. You're just going to get shoved out the door, and that's the problem.
People tried to cancel one of my other panels too, but thankfully the convention actually came out and put a statement out saying that they believe in the value of discourse.
Yeah, I know. Some the first two did. The first two were allowed it. I know one of them put out a statement. I can't remember which it was the first or
It
second that did
was
it.
the conventions don't exist anymore, so like I'm not even sure I should
Yeah,
say their name. They were both like super small conventions. Well,
yeah,
one of them wasn't that small, um, but they were having a lot of difficulties because they like took a year off and then they like tried to come back and
yeah. It's so
it
hard.
was
Once
yeah.
once you lose that momentum, that's
Oh
it.
yeah,
I
like if you're
mean,
doing it every year, you can get like a you can do okay. But if you take like a year or two off and then like try to come back, oh
yeah,
it's
because I
rough.
mean, because not only do you lose you lose the regulars that were coming to it, plus the venue will be a little more hesitant and stuff because you took a year off. You're gonna really be able to get that many people in the house, and it's a bunch of stuff. And then it's like also just having the finances. 'Cause I know, like in Canada, the Pride Festival had issues like that. Where there was some financial mismanagement, and they took a year off, and then it became 2 years, then it became 3 years, and it was like, it's just shit didn't work out for a while until the city actually came in and refunded it. And because they want the pride thing was a big thing in Ottawa, so it was they wanted to kind of bring it back as a cultural touchstone, but it was totally different at that point. Like it was wild as shit when it was run by the guys at Wilds, which is ironic that the name of the store is Wilds, and they kind of ran it like a wild venue. But yeah, it was, yeah, it was interesting. Trust me, I'd say I'm not part of the LGBTQ plus AIFG HK LMLG PXTY whatever the letters they've added to it since. I'm not a part of that community. I respect them. I don't respect the naming convention because it's you're getting too many letters there, buddy. LGBTQ was pretty. Well, LGBT is about as far as I was. Like that seems to cover just about everybody. Don't get me started on that. That's a whole other part of the culture where that's just like that. I don't. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not part of the community. I shouldn't talk about it. I just think it's weird that they keep adding colors to the flag and doing weird stuff for the flag, and
I think
everyone has a flag.
Silly to have the idea that you shouldn't be able to talk about it just because you're not quote unquote part of the community. And I am quote unquote part of the community. So.
Yeah, well, because I mean, like to me, it's just like I'm not part of the community. I'm just not understanding from the outside. I just don't understand why they have a black stripe on the black and brown.
No,
stripe
it's stupid.
They
shouldn't
flag.
do it.
Because
as someone who is quote unquote part of that community, I think that's the dumbest shit in the world.
Yeah, like that's why I don't want to. I don't feel it's my place to talk about it just because like maybe I'm just I'm like maybe I'm the Skinner meme. I'm actually the Skinner meme. It's like, am I the one wrong? No, it's them that's wrong. It's like I don't know if that's where I'm at this point because I know as I've gotten older, like I look at some of the crazy shit that I see online these days. I'm just like, you're going too far, guys. It's like you don't need a flag for every identity. When do we need flags for every identity? I don't understand. The rainbow flag was supposed to be everyone under the rainbow. One unified front of belief. Everyone under the rainbow.
Dude, we got to wrap this up, man. We got so many more questions to get to.
But anyways, let's go ahead. Yeah, look, see that's what I didn't want to talk about too, because now you're gonna give me another tangent. Move on.
When some critics of GamerGate when some critics claimed GamerGate supporters were only straight white men, women and minorities who supported GamerGate created Not Your Shield in response. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, they were not your shield. They should it is a common tactic of the leftist side of things, the far left, to speak for people who they shouldn't be speaking for, because they're nothing but straight, or maybe other things, but mainly they're white, and a lot of them are male. So why the fuck are you talking for everyone else? You shouldn't be. Know your fucking place. Shut your fucking mouth.
Some websites banned discussion of GamerGate. Why do you think that is?
Wouldn't you ban people you don't want to hear from? I mean, it's kind of, it was expected. It was an expected course of action. When they could not shut people up by saying stop talking, they just made you stop talking.